can somebody like Reno Omokri be appointed as an ambassador of Nigeria?
Tinubu is not eligible, he's not competent. Okay. Now you are telling Nigeria that he's the best person to be an ambassador to represent our country. Because he has become a nuisance on social media.
Right, welcome to Pulse Media Services, where we continue to bring to you news and happenings in and around Nigeria. Now, a lot has been happening in Nigeria's political atmosphere, considering the fact that we are getting closer to the 2027 general election. One of the recent happening is the appointment of ambassadors to several countries, of which prominent individuals were appointed, and this included Nigerians known to be controversial, such as Reno Omokri, Femi Fani-Kayode, etc. Now, with his appointment as the Nigerian ambassador, of course, that has continued to generate a lot of mixed reactions in the country. I'll leave you to this video, then I'll come back with my take.
30-something names have been released, both career and non-career. And there are 3 names where don't come as a shocker to Nigerians. Number 1, now the former INEC chairman, whether they call Prof Mahmood. Remember, say Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, talk say, now the same Tinubu now nominate this man, where Buhari make him INEC chairman for 2015. And now this same man now conduct the election, where bring in Tinubu, where we say most Nigerians are complaining that it was not free and fair. It means that this Yakubu may likely be eating from the tables of this particular man.
Those of us who oppose the reappointment of Mahmood, the person who nominated him for appointment is a member of Tinubu's camp.
And just when he finished office, immediately they are about to make him an ambassador of this country. My brother, una no see where party government they carry us go. Number 2, now the former minister of aviation, what they call Chief Femi Fani-Kayode. This not the same man where we say during time they say Nigeria get airline where we not see airline. This not the same man where we say during time flights go they delay, flights go they miss, but nobody they apologize to passengers. There was no reform in the aviation sector. It was just talk and talk. That same man has been nominated. How can somebody like Reno Omokri be appointed as an ambassador of Nigeria? My people no be smart in the happen. No. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't release names of people where he nominate to become ambassador for Nigeria. Over 30-something names have been released, both career and non-career. And there are 3 names where don't come as a shocker to Nigerians. Number 1, now the former INEC chairman, whether they call Prof Mahmood. Remember, say Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, talk say, now the same Tinubu now nominate this man, where Buhari make him INEC chairman for 2015. And now this same man now conduct the election, where bring in Tinubu, where we say most Nigerians are complaining that it was not free and fair. It means that this Yakubu may likely be eating from the tables of this particular man.
Those of us who oppose the reappointment of Mahmood, the person who nominated him for appointment is a member of Tinubu's camp.
And just when he finished office, immediately they are about to make him an ambassador of this country. My brother, una no see where party government they carry us go. Number 2, now the former minister of aviation, what they call Chief Femi Fani-Kayode. This not the same man where we say during time they say Nigeria get airline where we not see airline. This not the same man where we say during time flights go they delay, flights go they miss, but nobody they apologize to passengers. There was no reform in the aviation sector. It was just talk and talk. That same man has been nominated. Then number 3.
If Bola Tinubu approaches you to work with him, would you?
It will never happen.
Okay, which one? Which of the scenarios? Him approaching you or you accepting to work with him?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to betray privilege. Somebody from Bola Tinubu's camp has already reached out to me, and I told the person that, look, it cannot happen. I can't do it. It's just against my principles. I'm not. Some people can do that. It's not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I wish Bola Tinubu well if he eventually is sworn in and then the courts uphold his victory. But I can never work with him.
Reno Omokri. Oh, Reno of blessed memory. This na the same Reno Omokri where I talk say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu no get results.
First, this appointment is coming on the 3rd year of Mr. Tinubu's presidency. Dr. Martin, that is remarkable. Because if the excuse is that the president needed time to scrutinize persons eligible to represent Nigeria as diplomats abroad in the position of ambassadors, it took him 3 years. It took President Tinubu, the master strategist in quotes, 3 years to come up with Reno Omokri as a non-career ambassador. It took him 3 years to come up with the name of Fani-Kayode, former Minister of Aviation, as a non-career ambassador. 3 years to come up with the name of former governor of Abia State, Igbazu.
Okay.
As a non-career ambassador.
Inebe.
And I can go on and on.
Okay, Inebe.
The point is that...
Inebe, it's not 3 years. It is...
Yes, Dr. Basi, confirm you can hear me, please.
It is 2 years, 2 months. Just 2 years, 2 months, to be specific. But the issue is, okay, this person...
Well, I get the point. I'm saying this is his 3rd year.
Okay, well, no, just to be specific. But are there persons on that list that you have issues with?
In his 3rd year. This is the 3rd year of his presidency.
But are there persons specifically that you have issues with? Because if you look at the first 3 personalities...
I have highlighted some of the individuals on the list.
Name them.
The one I find most offensive to me, the one I find most upsetting, is Professor Mahmood Yakubu. What is the basis of his appointment? Did he deliver credible elections to Nigerians? What is the basis? What are you awarding him for? Of course, Nigerians are not mistaken. This is a thank you package, handsomely delivered for a man who told Nigerians, who told the international community that IREF was going to guarantee the legibility, the credibility of our elections. For a man who supervised one of the most disputed, heavily contested electoral contests in our country. He's not a man of high credibility as far as I'm concerned. And he just left INEC, and you are awarding him as an ambassador. It is not a coincidence. And then look at even the that you have mentioned. Is it no longer under investigation?
No, just
Dr.
no.
Have
Ambassador,
active anti-corruption cases with the EFCC.
No, Ambassador has been cleared even by the EFCC itself that he has no case to answer, and his experience, I can report to you, is distinguished. In the case of Mahmood Yakubu, people may accuse you and others who hold your view of holding a partisan view, which is not borne out by the outcome of the 2023 election. So, are you expressing a partisan view?
Well, those who make that accusation, they're entitled to their opinion. The facts of history clearly shows that the election which Professor Mahmood Yakubu organized in 2023 was not a credible election. Yes, the courts have made their pronouncements, but Nigerians are entitled to share their experiences which they witnessed in that election. And I have given you a particular instance. This is a man who told the international community, who told Nigerians that IREF was going to guarantee the integrity of our elections. Till date, he has not explained the glitch that happened. Why is Reno Omokri on the list? Why is Fani-Kayode on the list? What is the resume of Reno Omokri?
No, Fani-Kayode is an experienced man.
To represent Nigeria as what?
No, just wait.
Is this a comedy?
He's been Minister of Aviation. He's been Minister of Culture, I think, in the country. He has had many titles. And so, he's eminently qualified. Why will you say a man of such quality experience cannot be an ambassador to represent the interest? All these appointees are representing the president on behalf of the country. And you started by saying the president has a prerogative to choose his own team. So you are contradicting yourself. You say
that prerogative?
Yes.
Yes, I'm saying, Dr. Bati, I'm saying that prerogative has to be exercised in the public interest. It has to be exercised transparently. It has to be exercised on a moral pedestal the Fani-Kayode that is now going to represent, because who is an ambassador? An ambassador is a representative, a diplomatic representative of a state. An ambassador is the eye of the country, the primary image of a country. An ambassador basically speaks to the values of a country. So when you nominate a person as an ambassador, what you are telling the country that you are posting that ambassador is, this is who we are as a country. This is who is best suited to represent us. Fani-Kayode that is now being nominated as an ambassador. Here is a man who changes his mind at every meal.
Okay.
He has breakfast in the morning.
Okay.
But he's having lunch, he says a different thing.
Okay.
Look at Reno Omokri.
Okay.
Here is the same man who has gone on public record to speak about this same president in a manner that clearly shows that Tinubu is not eligible, is not competent.
Okay.
Now you are telling Nigerians that he's the best person to be an ambassador to represent our country.
Okay.
Because he has become a nuisance on social media.
Okay.
Yes, Reno Omokri has been appointed as an ambassador under this cabinet. His name was among the 32 individuals that was that's going to be sent to the Senate. Of course, he's going to stand in as a non-career ambassador. Now, we all know Reno Omokri to be the most controversial person or individual in Nigeria today. Being your friend today does not mean he cannot attack you tomorrow. He can be your enemy tomorrow. We all know all he said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, all he said about APC, all he said about the late Muhammadu Buhari. And today, smart enough, he has found himself in the ambassadorial nomination of the president. Now, if you watch Reno Omokri's antics, he has always been clever in his doings. Now, each time he finds out that his choice is becoming unpopular, he finds a way to jump ship. Now, he's a PDP man. He swore never to leave PDP because of the antecedent of the party, especially much as it got to do with the as it relates to former President Jonathan. Now, because of his loyalty to former President Jonathan, Omokri never saw the need to jump ship but of course, he has been hobnobbing, supporting individuals from other parties who he feels has the chances. Before now, he used to be a very good friend of Peter Obi, but of course, one thing led to the other. He parted ways with Peter Obi. And if you have been watching his antics and rhetorics, he has always been matching Peter Obi words for words. If you go to his page, anytime Peter Obi come up with a statement, he comes out with a counter opinion. Now, if you watch him before now, even up to this very moment, there's hardly any day that comes he doesn't speak about Peter Obi. He talks about Peter Obi more than any other thing in the world. He talks about Peter Obi more than, in fact, his discussion about Peter Obi is more, it's about the most, if not, how do we put it now? It's about the most trendy in the media space that there's no day he doesn't find one thing or the other to talk about Peter Obi. A lot of them see it as a character assassination. He talks about the Igbos too, the Igbo coup. In fact, if you watch him carefully, the 1966 coup, I think was it last year or thereabout, he posted something much more. In fact, what a lot of people found uncomfortable, trying to incite one tribe against the other, also, and so many things like that. And then let us not also forget the instance where he had to travel to debunk. There was a particular what do we call it now, interview that Peter Obi granted, I think, Channels TV, and then he listened to that interview all the way from United States of America, and then less than 24 hours, this man was in the studio of, I think, either Channels or Arise TV to debunk a lot of things said by what he believes were negatives said by Peter Obi. He now looks as if he was trolling Peter Obi, or rather, he's trolling Peter Obi. And then you see all these things, a lot of he became, Reno Omokri became a kind of unofficial spokesperson of the president. At that time, he came out to debunk Peter Obi's assertion. I don't think, in fact, he made the work. In fact, he took on the work of the spokesperson to the president, or to the presidency, in that, in fact, he spoke so well that the spokesperson never saw the need to even say anything anymore. And then he did that, according to him, from his pocket. Now it's time to reward his good deed, and then he's rewarded with this as the ambassador of Nigeria. But of course, his activities over the years has been more of ambassadorial. An ambassador, by all definition, is the representative of a nation. So he has been taking up that role in an informal way or manner, because you see him put on Nigerian attire, you see him go as far as going to countries of the world that has Nigeria's ancestry, especially the Yoruba ancestry, try to make them know that the people of this particular area originally come from Nigeria, trying to project Nigeria's image. Yes, he has done so well, but of course, there are so many areas one needs to be careful with. Reno Omokri. He's not a man of stable character. And then consider the fact that a lot of people he later come to associate with, he has spoken ill about them, and a lot of people he has spoken ill about, he later come to associate with them. I will leave you to think about it. What do you think about Reno Omokri's nomination